Important note, this video is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decision. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Here's your market briefing from Rumour with AI. Regulatory fragmentation is reshaping the digital asset landscape as Tether exits the European Union. The firm is withdrawing from ECA-compliant operations, leaving a vacuum in the stablecoin sector. Meanwhile, Circle has secured a critical French license, positioning itself as the primary beneficiary of this regulatory shift. Patrick Hansen is now proposing equivalence frameworks to bridge the gap for global players, signaling a potential consolidation of power among compliant issuers. This divergence highlights the increasing cost of doing business in Europe's strict new regime. On the macro front, central banks are grappling with divergent economic realities. The Bank of Russia has slashed its key rate to 14.25%, a decisive move to combat an inflation surge that has hit 6%. The central bank simultaneously lowered GDP growth forecasts to between 0% and 1%, acknowledging severe supply chain disruptions that are stifling recovery. This aggressive tightening contrasts sharply with developments in East Asia, where South Korea's economy expanded by 3.7% year-over-year in the second quarter. This robust growth outpaces the U.S. GDP rate of 2.1%, signaling a resilient regional recovery that defies broader global slowdown fears. Energy markets are adding volatility to the mix. Despite cooling core inflation data, markets are pricing in potential rate hikes from both the ECB and the federal gas-oil spreads have climbed to $70, while natural gas futures have hit 2026 highs. These energy pressures are overriding deflationary signals, forcing policymakers to balance growth concerns against persistent cost-push inflation. The disconnect between consumer price trends and energy costs is creating a complex environment for monetary policy decisions. In corporate news, Strategy has overhauled its Bitcoin metrics to clarify net exposure. The company replaced gross BTC figures with net metrics, establishing a permanent 1.0x equity issuance threshold. This transparency move reveals a $36.6 billion net reserve, offering investors a clearer view of the firm's risk profile amid bear market conditions. The shift aims to reduce ambiguity and align investor expectations with actual asset backing. Looking ahead to today's release, traders are monitoring the U.S. Consumer Price Index for June. The consensus forecast predicts a 0.2% month-over-month increase, following a 0.1% rise in May. This data will be crucial in determining whether the Fed maintains its current stance or adjusts its trajectory. Simultaneously, the Eurozone industrial production data is expected to show a 0.3% decline, reflecting ongoing manufacturing headwinds in the region. These releases will provide immediate clarity on the inflationary pressures driving recent market volatility. That's your market briefing. Follow Rumour with AI for daily market intelligence.